we are going to deploy a self-hosted registry. The first step will be fairly easy. We are going to run it with kubectl run. So kubectl run registry -- image equal registry : 2. Fine. And then we are going to expose it with kubectl expose deploy registry -- port 5000. 5000 is the port number for the registry. And then we are going to say, I want a node port, not the default cluster IP thing. So -- type equal node port. Okay. Could that be that simple? Let's see. kubectl get svc. Yep, now I have registry. And here I can see in ports it says 5000:30800. 30800, that's the port that has been allocated for the registry, which means that I can go to any node of the cluster, and if I do curl localhost 30800, then I'm talking to the registry. At first, it looks like it's not working, like I'm not getting any result. But look, if I put a random port number, it's going to tell me connection refused. So when I put the registry port number, there is something, just the something is not being very verbose, it doesn't want to talk to me. But if I add /v2 / catalog, it's just a route for the registry protocol. Let me bring that up. If I do that, then I get an API response, which is repositories empty list, because that's a brand new registry and nothing has been put in it yet. Great. So I'm going to set an environment variable, export registry equal localhost port 30800. Good. And now I'm going to test that registry. I'm going to Docker pull a small image like busybox. Then I'm going to retag that image, Docker tag busybox $registry /busybox, and then I'm going to push it. So when I do Docker tag, I'm going to try and show you with Docker images. Yeah, this is a little bit polluted by all the other images we have, but where is it? Here. We can see that we have busybox and localhost 30800 / busybox, which are two tags, two references to the same image, like the ID here on the right is the same. And now, so I can push that thing, so I can do docker push $registry /busybox, and this pushes the busybox image to my local registry. And finally, to make sure that this really works, I'm going to curl again exactly the same URL as earlier, so /v2 / catalog. And now, instead of having an empty list, I will see that I have busybox on my registry. Yay!
Can you show how to tag that image again?
Absolutely. This is how to tag the image. Just Docker tag, the current tag, and the new tag. So now we have this self-hosted registry, and we have stuff in the self-hosted registry, and we want to put our Docker Coins image in it. Here I'm going to use Compose again to make my life easier, because Compose can really easily build and tag and push all these images for us with just 2 commands. And I'm going to run those 2 commands and then explain how that works while it's pushing. So I will go to the stacks directory. So in orchestration workshop, I go to stacks, and here I have a bunch of YAML files. So I want to do docker compose -f dockercons.yaml build. The build was super fast because I already built Docker coins like 1 hour ago when we started for the first time, and so the caching mechanism was able to reuse all the build result. And now I do docker compose -f docker const YAML push, and it's going to push to my to my local registry. How does that work? Well, this works because in the docker const YAML file, for each service, now I have both a build and an image line. So if you used Compose before, you might be wondering what the hell is going on here. I thought that you could only have a build or an image definition, not both. And yes, with Compose v2, it's like only one of them and you can't have both. But with Compose v3, the idea is, okay, if you put both, it means that you want to build a container image and you want that container image to have a particular name. And here, if you look at the image name, you can also be like, what is this thing? It's using kind of standard bash environment variable substitution syntax. So this means $registry /RNG : $tag. But if you don't set values for registry, then by default, we will use 127.0.0.1 port 5000. And likewise, if you don't set a value for tag, we are going to use latest. So this compose file means that if you have a local registry on port 5000, the default port, you can just do docker compose build, docker compose push, and it's going to build the images and push them to the local registry. If you are using another registry, easy, just export registry equal address of your registry, and then docker compose build, docker compose push. If you want to use a different tag because you want your images to be like v0.1, you set the tag environment variable and you go again. All right, so meanwhile, we've pushed the images to the registry, and guess what? If I do my curl command, now in my registry catalog, I have hasher, RNG, WebUI, worker. Great. So now we can deploy all our deployments, pods. So first, Redis, because that one is a little bit easier. We're just using an image from the Docker Hub. So kubectl run Redis --image equal Redis. Okay, and now I need the 4 other services. So I'm going to do a for loop because I'm a super lazy person. For service in hasher RNG WebUI worker, do kubectl run $service --image equal $registry /$service. Is that it? Yeah. Done. And now little gnomes behind the scenes are creating deployments. Then each deployment is creating a replica set, and each replica set is creating a pod. And each pod is pulling images, etc., etc. So now we could like have a look, like, does this work? Like if I do kubectl logs deploy /hasher, it says, yep, it's listening for traffic. But we should see traffic coming here. Like we should see HTTP requests. Remember when I did docker compose up in the beginning, we had logs and logs and logs scrolling all the way. So here, why no logs? The answer will show up in worker. If I look what's happening in worker, I see like one big Python error, like error connecting to Redis, name does not resolve. Yeah, because I started a deployment called Redis, but I did not create a service to expose that deployment. So there is nothing tied to the name Redis at this point. Fine. We are going to fix that.